So we're leaving this amazing, authentic little mountain town up here by this crater lake. If you missed this, you want to go check out our last video. This is the coolest little indigenous community. But it's about 12,000 feet above sea level, and we're ready to head down. We think we found somewhere a little bit lower where we can do a little hiking and maybe find some waterfalls.
Snow can't handle the cold. She can't handle the cold.
It's been cold, guys. So here we go.
I gotta tell you, Ecuador is absolutely, time and time again, winning my heart over. And as we kind of leave this crater and head to the next adventure, we're going through these farmlands, and it's just indigenous country. And you just see these little, modest, humble homes. And you look up the hill, and you see the farms where they're growing corn and other stuff, and they're doing it all by hand. And a lot of like the corn they grow and things like that is to feed the llamas, the sheep, the alpacas, the chickens, the pigs, and all that stuff is used for the community so they can make their own clothes, they grow their own food, and it's just really fascinating and beautiful, and not to mention aesthetically beautiful, how this little region of Ecuador is.
For those of you that do not know, in our van we use a composting toilet. Now back in the United States it's pretty easy to find the cocoa fibers or all kinds of stuff that people use in their toilets. Down here what we've learned is we use sawdust and it works really good. But we're almost out. So we just saw a little wood mill on the side of the road and we were hoping to stock up on some sawdust, but nobody answered. Nobody was home. So that is an important errand that we need to take care of, right, Curt?
Yeah, it is.
We are
high on our priority list.
We are looking for a sawmill or a cabinet shop, and we usually can get a big garbage bag full of it for just a couple of dollars. So, important errand to be done. Kind of bummed out nobody was there. That was an easy place. I know we show y'all all the time our driving through the mountains, but it just never ever disappoints. Right now we're coming down an elevation and we're above the clouds and we're about to go through them to get to a lower elevation. Waterfalls just popping out of the side of these mountains. The flowers that grow on the side of the road change as you drop in elevation. It's always just really, really stunning. And we keep saying, well, let's just not do any driving in this video. We do so much of the driving. But the driving is so much of our journey, so we're just gonna keep sharing it with you because it's beautiful and it's interesting, and these Andes mountains are amazing. For the past 10 minutes or so, we are definitely coming down, 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 and we're coming through an area where just every couple of 100 feet there is a mudslide that has happened. A few of them have been really bad. This one was huge.
This is an actual river crossing.
Yeah, this was a biggie, but there, every 500 feet there's been a mudslide. This always scares me. I'll be happy when we get out of the mudslide zone.
It's gonna be a while.
Here comes the plantain truck. We've seen a few times when we're sitting in a restaurant, these guys drive through town fairly slow, blowing their horn. So if the little local restaurant owner needs some plantains, he just comes out and buys them right off the truck. So we've seen some news reports on our Facebook group for Ecuador of areas in the past month that real bad flooding, towns washed away. You know, we saw pictures on the Facebook group. Coming through this town, I think we're seeing the real live effects of what a raging river can do. This whole town, I'm pretty sure this is the articles we were reading. This town got devastated. We were about out of water. But right here on the side of the road, literally, we're parked in the middle of the road, we can buy little 5-gallon bottles and pour it in.
It's nice to be back somewhere where we can breathe again.
This is true. We're full of diesel. We're full of water. Now we gotta get our bellies full. Found a roadside restaurant. Let's go eat. All right, she's fixing up Kurt's plate. Here's my plate. We still aren't quite sure what this is. Clearly that's rice and I got chicken.
It's actually kind of like a stuffing. I think it's probably made with plantain, but I'm
yeah, I do too. What'd you get?
I got the res. Or no, I got
Yeah, you
chicken.
did. Oh, okay.
Es gallina or res?
Pollo.
Pollo. That's funny.
Gracias. All right, so we got a new juice to try. Maracuya.
This is the same drink I had the other day. It's like pear. It's like an orange pear. Oh, look, there it is, right there.
Oh, that thing. There. That is what it is. Thank you. Gracias.
Gracias.
All right, I'm gonna try mine.
Gracias.
Well, that's good. That's really good. Kurt's right. It's kind of like a pear. Yeah. And we get to take one with us. Our lunch, those 2 giant plates of food, some fresh squeezed juice. Kurt got an extra order of meat to go with his. $6. Not bad, huh, Kurt?
Fresh juice as well, and we got that little juice fruit. I can't pronounce it.
I've already forgot it. Moro something.
Manny, leave it in the comments.
Yeah.
Look, they have red bananas. If you guys have been watching, you know I love these little tiny bananas. Snow's gonna stop in here. Sí. Cuatro rojo y $1 pequeño.
Want a piña?
Sure, if you want one.
Y piña. So we got a big bag of bananas, half little tiny yellow bananas, which are super yummy, and one of Kurt's favorites. And they have red bananas here, so we're gonna try red bananas and a piña.
How much was all that?
$2.
$2 for 2 big bunches of bananas and a piña.
Kurt can't wait.
We just had a big giant meal. But these bananas are red. I've never even seen a red banana, so I gotta try it. I'm gonna break the little top off there. They taste just like a yellow banana.
But they're red.
But they're red.
So where we're at now, we are on the west side of the Andes, getting closer to the coast. And I think we could tell that because we just passed a pickup truck delivering what looked like fish that was caught this morning.
Giant
Big fish.
Tuna.
Yeah, so we are close to the coast, but we're not going there yet. We got a waterfall in the jungle. That's where we're going first. All right, we have made it to our campsite. We're right off the main road, actually, but we don't have to worry about hearing traffic noise because wait till you see what we're parked by. Wait for it. There it is. We're parked right in front of a waterfall, guys. And that's the baby one. Up those stairs, there's a big one.
Check it out.
I told y'all it was a little one and a big one in the back. I think we can get closer to it, but it's raining right now. So we will wait, but we will get up there. Y'all know how much we like monkeys. We found one. The rain will not stop, so we're gonna brave it. Putting on some raincoat, so we're gonna see if we can get up there. Let's go.
Well, I'll be your rainy day lover whenever the sunny days end, and whatever the weather, we have each other, and that's how the story will end. Well, I'll be your shade tree in summer If you'll be my fire when it's cold, and whatever the season, well, we'll keep on breathing, 'cause we'll have each other to hold, and I'll hold you, and I'll sing. I wanna love you forever, I do. I wanna spend all of my days with you. We'll carry your burden, be the wind that you're back. Well, I wanna spend my forever, forever like that. Well, I'll be the words on the pages, if you'll be my sweet melody, and the tune can keep changing, but love I'll keep arranging, and this is a song that we'll sing. I'll hold you, and I'll sing.
We made it up to the viewing point and back without getting too terribly wet. Kurt's hanging up our rain jackets. The kitties don't even know we came back. Now we're in for the evening because it's still raining.
So the cost to stay here was $3 a piece. It's normally $1.50 just to enter the Cascada. They charge us another $1.50 to stay overnight, so total $6. There is bathrooms and showers over here. However, the water that feeds both the toilets and the showers comes directly from this river. And so you can see this water is brown, so is the water in the toilet, and so is the water in the shower. But it's a cool little stop just right on the side of the road. Hard to believe you can't hear these big buses whir by when you're tucked up in here, but you can't. But anyway, a nice place for a good adventure.
Vanna is on the dash. Kurt is at the wheel. That was a nice, peaceful campsite. We drove about an hour out of the way to be able to camp right by that waterfall, and it was worth it. We have to do some backtracking today, but we are headed to a really, really, really tall place.
Chimborazo! We got a lot of climbing to do today, guys.
Yeah, it's about a 5-hour drive, and we need to stop at a grocery store, and we're still looking for sawdust for our composting toilet, and that's becoming very, very important. We saw a sawmill right on the side of the road here in the middle of the mountains, and it's a success. Look at this big bag of sawdust. Woo-hoo! That's a lot of composting toilets.
It's wet.
Oh, it's wet, so we gotta figure out how to let it dry. But later we'll let it dry, and we will put it into smaller Ziploc bags and store it in the trunk. How much was that, Curdy?
$1.
$1. Woohoo! All right, one chore done. All right, it was time to make a visit to the big grocery store so we could stock up mainly on cat food. That's the thing that's hard to find because we try to keep them on the same brand. But we've got plenty of cat food. We've stocked up on groceries. Kurt's putting it away. How you doing back there, Curdy?
We're getting it. Grocery day is always busy, always interesting.
Next stop, the base of a very, very, very tall volcano.
Chimborazo! All right, there's the mighty Chimborazo. Snow caught the first glimpse. It's sticking out a little bit from the clouds, but not much. So just so you guys know about this place, it's the closest to the sun and furthest from the center of the earth place on the planet, the top of Chimborazo. They call it the poor man's Mount Everest.
We have found our camp, And the first order of business is we take our sawdust out of the big bag and we fill up, and we reuse these gallon Ziploc bags. Takes 1 gallon of sawdust for our toilet. So far from this bag this is the 4th gallon bag we're filling up. So we'll probably get 6 or 7 bags out of this. I'd say a bag lasts us 5 to 8 days, depending on how things are going, right, Curdy?
All depends on the weather.
We are settled into our camp and it is cold and windy. We've hidden behind this dune here, and right behind the van is volcano Chimborazo. Now we are parked at 13,250 feet above sea level. And look at that monster sticking up behind us, covered in snow. Tomorrow morning, bright and early, we're only about a mile from the National Park entrance, and we'll be heading in. Get a little closer to this thing, drive through the park, pop out on the south side. But there's supposed to be some cool little deer-like little creatures. I am totally blank for their names right now. We're gonna try to find them. But it's time to button up the van, get inside, turn on our heater. Whew, it is cold up here. We just discovered that our diesel heater inside of our van works at 13,250 feet.
Thing cranks.
We are cozy in our little tiny house on wheels. And Curt is whipping us up, I'm gonna call it an avocado salad. So we were wondering, for those of you that don't know, diesel heaters don't really like to work so well at high altitude. Sometimes they give you a fit. But ours is doing pretty good right now.
We're lucky today.
Yes, we are.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Chimborazo. Good morning, everyone. Well, it was a windy night through here, and we had the heater run, and the heater worked well, so I can't say we were cold, but it's certainly cold outside. We're a little over 13,000 feet. It's kind of hard to believe that Chimborazo is over 20,000 feet to the summit there, but that is the case. We're gonna head up there today and get a closer look. Hopefully we'll get to show you guys before these clouds set in. They are everywhere though, so I'm not overly optimistic, but we'll see what we can get for you guys.
So we have stopped on the side of the road halfway between the park entrance and our camp because there are these cool little animals. They're called vicunias. I might not be saying that right. They're similar to deer. They look kind of like an alpaca, and they're crossing the road and they're running around on this hill. It is very windy here. Curt is going to try to get over them with the drone so you guys can get a better look at them too. Look at it bebopping around. Woo! He's trying to land it. Yay! Holding on to his hat, holding on to the remote control. And it's freezing out there. I better get the heater cranked up for Curt. Woo! We saw you trying to land that thing. Holy cow.
Wind is nuts. Wow.
Wow. Before I found out the name of them, I was calling them alpaca deer. I think that's a pretty good description. Look how long their necks are. Hi, pretty guys. They're so pretty. All right, here we go. So we've got a bit of a problem. Vanna is definitely not feeling well this morning. She threw up a few times last night and she is lethargic this morning. She is eating and drinking, but we're hoping that maybe the altitude is getting to her. Maybe she's sensitive to the altitude. We are very high up, and me and Curt are both suffering from a little bit of a headache and a little bit of fatigue. So we are going to just drive through this national park next to this amazing volcano. We're not going to try to climb it like we did at the last big volcano. And we're going to head down, and if getting down to a lower elevation doesn't help her dramatically, then we're going to be looking for a vet just to get her checked out. But she's definitely not feeling super good. And that's our baby.
So, one of the cool things in the U.S. is we did our Farewell USA tour was all the national parks and all the wildlife. And, you know, we've been chasing monkeys and birds. But big stuff like deer we haven't seen North America. You can't see them, but they're all over the place out here. And it's one of the things I love about national parks is the way they protect the nature. And these little vicuñas are super, super cool. And also, this volcano is Chimborazo is so impressive. I'm not sad that we can't go up there because my mind is 100% on getting Vanna to a lower altitude. And that's the most important thing right now. So we're headed out there for that. But while we're driving through here, I definitely am going to take in this beautiful national park. And even though the landscape looks like the moon, you can't help but stare at that big, giant Chimborazo. Get down out of this mess.
Yeah, when we had a bit of internet back there, we stopped so I could do some research to see if animals are affected by altitude. And they are. Not all animals, kind of like humans. Some people are affected, some cats and dogs are affected. I think it's pretty obvious that Vanna is affected. Yes. And we are working on getting her lower. For the little bit of articles I could find about it, we need to get below 8,000 feet. And that's when, you know, pets should start to be okay. If you're at a high altitude for too long with them feeling bad, it can become very serious. They can build up fluid in their lungs and on their brain. So we're driving very safely, but we're driving as fast as we can to get back down to a lower elevation for our little pumpkin. And G is worried about her too. Y'all can hear him. So our iOverlander app that we depend on so much and love, you download it onto your phone and you can use it when you don't have internet connection, which is good. So I just went back, if y'all remember a couple of weeks ago, we stayed at a really cool finca or farm and met Monica, who's from the States but lives down here now. That is where we're headed. And I just went there on the iOverlander app and it is about 7,900 feet. It is perfect. So we're gonna go there. We're going to stay there for at least 2 days and just see if Vanna starts to feel better. If she doesn't start to feel better, Monica has a lot of pets, so we know she probably has a local vet we could get to if we needed to. It's the perfect place to go see about Vanna and also have us set up to be close enough to Cuenca for my dentist appointment that's in 4 days. Jeez, guys, we're having a tough run of it right now. But all concerns are on Vanna right now. All right, we're already down to almost 10,000 feet. We stopped for a second and gave Vanna a little bit of water. And she got up for a minute and now she's laid back down. This is tough, guys. We can tell she feels really bad. And we just didn't know. It's just not even something that we'd ever heard of or thought about. that altitude could affect our little animals, and we feel absolutely horrible. We're going, Vanna, baby, we're going. We made it to the farm. We're at 7,500 feet. Everything I read said get below 8,000. We've done it. As soon as we opened the door by the little birds here, she hopped down. And now, the most important thing, she's eaten. Next, we're gonna make sure she gets some water, but this is mostly gravy, so she's getting a lot of liquids. Oh, I think we're gonna be okay, guys. She gave us quite a scare. Make sure you think about your pets if you're going somewhere that they're not used to being up. We just had no idea to even think about altitude sickness in our pets. That was tough, guys. If something was to happen to our little kitties because of us being ignorant to something like that. Ooh. But she's chowing down on some gravy right now. The next 12 hours, we need to make sure she keeps eating and drinking. This might change some of our plans as we head farther south. We'll drive through high elevations, but we won't ever camp that high again. It's just not worth it.
What are you doing, Bubba? What are you doing? You got an audience. So, G'll just lay here, and these alpacas are so curious, and they just stare at him. They can't take their eyes off him. If I step up there between the two of them, they'll kind of pay a little attention to me, but they want to watch this guy right here.
So we have been here at the finca for almost 24 hours. I showed y'all yesterday Vanna drinking a little water, which was a very good sign. But yesterday afternoon was a bit scary. She was definitely still very groggy, confused, and tired. And we were worried we were gonna have to make an emergency vet run this morning. But as you can see, we're all relaxed. G's watching the birds. Vanna's feeling better. Curt's doing some editing. Vanna just found this little secret cubby. Hi, pretty girl. She's ate, she's drank, she scratched her scratching pad, she's watching the birds. She feels better, maybe still a little tired, but we don't need to make the vet run. We're gonna relax though. No moving days. We're gonna give her more time to feel better. So with that, Curt's gonna keep editing, and we'll see you guys in a few days. Cheers. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you guys know when we put out new videos. And don't forget, you can always follow us over on Instagram to see what's going on in between videos. Cheers, guys.